All right, viewers and listeners, this is Big Law 7 City Shop Talk Sports. And if you watched it, we all watched it. And I kind of feel like very deflated right now because that was a game that UVA had an opportunity to win or at least get into overtime. This doesn't fall on just one element of the team or the game or what have you. This is your rapid reaction post-game show, 7 City Shop Talk Sports. There's a lot to unpack here on this, man. There is a lot to unpack. I've been here doing this for quite some time now, and I can tell you this game, you want to talk about something that this crowd usually they would, especially this year, would pull this game out. They will pull this game out, but they did not pull this game out for obvious reasons. One being that your starting quarterback isn't there, and the backup that's there now really hasn't had the time with the starters. People need to understand that. I get it. Some people want to be upset with the coaches or the offensive coordinator or whatever they want to say. But also, you think about the quarterback trying to acclimate himself to the starters. And I mean, my man Wood, I appreciate you saying that, Wood. I just kind of feel like that it was a game that this team could have won the game. When Chandler took that bad shot, you could feel everything just sink in the stadium. And I had some conversations with some folks in my 7 City Shop Talk squad, and we have made the comments that with each other that we wonder why they're afraid, right, of the backup, and they are afraid of the backup quarterback. And I'm not saying this isn't a knock on Kalen. It's just that you only get so many hours to work with the starters. Tim on the line, thank you for tuning in. He says, I think the hit was intentional. I think so too. I think it was a shot that they knew that they wanted to take on Chandler because they knew that he had some issues with injuries and his shoulder was soft. And I know they wanted to take a shot, and I think they did. Morris out, one to loose in. Yeah. I mean, that really, the defense played their ass off. I cannot say anything bad about the defense. Herman says There's Kitchens needs to be fired. I get it, Herman. I've been seeing you all over on online. I understand how you feel about it as well. But this was a little deeper to me. This is a little deeper than the offensive play calling. I think there's a lot of things that were wrong that went missing on the offensive side. I think Wake, I don't think any of us who are saying what we're saying, if they're not paying attention, Wake is a better defensive team when it comes to running the ball than we want to give them credit. They played one hell of a game overall as far as the defense goes. We couldn't get the ball down the field. There was no threat. Chandler Given doesn't necessarily throw the ball down the field as much when he was there. But Kalen definitely was not comfortable pushing the ball down the field. He says, I agree. When Morris got knocked out, yeah, you can really just feel the air come out the stadium. I got you, Herman. I see it. He says he needs to go. Go see. Yeah, defense was incredible, Tim. You're absolutely right, man. I get it. Yeah, there's nothing new this year. I understand. Um, I think it was a combination of things, and not just the OC. In my opinion, is why this team had the issues they did on the offensive end. Um, I think there was the touchdown. There should have been a touchdown run. There was points there that they couldn't get. That's Caden when he kind of dove for the end zone, stepped out of bounds. They missed points there. Um, the blocked punt. Typically, when a punt is blocked, the coach never tells you to fall on it because the other team's going to fall on it. They want you to pick it up and score and get those points. A lot of miscues here. So Virginia 5-1 and 8-2 overall. We got some work to do. This is not over, guys. Naisha's saying, yes, Kalen, he was a little bit injured when he fumbled the ball as well. We had two critical fumbles. The one that Kalen fumbled on the drive, we were trying to drive down the field, trying to get some points, approaching field goal range. And then, of course, the one down here with Jamari. Even though they got back down there towards the goal line, got into the red zone, I just think that with more time left, they may have had an opportunity to get some points. If they didn't get the touchdown, stop the team, and maybe have another opportunity to get more points. But that just gave Wake Forest another opportunity to get another possession and run more time off the clock. Tim Wright saying back up. Yeah, he was too afraid to throw a pick, and I get it. A lot of check downs. That's what he had to do. I'm not upset at him, and I can't knock him for playing the way that he played. He just wasn't comfortable. He wasn't ready because you only get so many hours of practice. He's not practicing with the ones. This was just an unfortunate happening with Chandler, and now we're going to see, what's up with this squad. Been adversity. They've done well with coming through adversity these first 10 games of the year. Now it is really on you now. If you want to continue your goals, get to Charlotte, you got a game next week, oh my God, against Duke. That is a really good team. Okay? And then you got another game against your rival, which that game, now with this being in play, with this game being a loss, now you got an opportunity, or actually, when I say opportunity, I mean Tech has an opportunity to really knock you out of some of the goals that you have. I'm just thinking. I mean, we got a ton of 5-1 programs right now. Let me see here. I'm just trying to get some scores up in my mind. Let's see here. Tim is saying didn't call any plays using Ross. Was a huge mistake. Yeah, and Jamal Edrin as well. I think if they were going to play, they're going to go short, and play a short game. I think Jamal Edrin was a miss. They didn't use him as much. Also, they didn't use Sage Ennis enough, in my opinion. You're tight end, Duke coming off a loss against UConn, a really good FCS program. They're gonna come guns a-blazing. They go back home, and their quarterback, they put up 34 points today. I know you kind of destroyed a lot of parlays today, but this is what I can say. This game against Duke is everything right now for what UVA wants to do as far as getting to Charlotte. Uh, Chandler, man, we need to know what's going on with him. I hope he's not as bad. I hope he's not as hurt. But I know that they have to do their due diligence. They have to make sure the young man is okay. Yeah, it was a tough one. Skeet, what's up, brother? My stallion brother right there. Green Run Pride, Stallion Pride. Thank you for tuning in, brother. That was a real tough one to lose. And in the last play, really, everybody in the press box was baffled because there were other plays that could be made. I don't know if you throw a fade without leverage to the back pylon. We got two guys sandwiched. From what I saw, going to that far pylon, there were 2, 3 other guys in a route combination on the left side. I don't know what that was, but and I know time was running short, and it was, I don't know. I just think it could have been a better scenario if we would have maybe took some time, scrambled a little bit more, because you still could have got a first down. Would have been tough to get it. You needed 2 yards plus to get there, but the kids did what they could do. Couldn't pull it out, and they need to settle in, man. This isn't like some people say, oh, this is a soul searching game and this is tough, this is that. This is just a game that they could have won that they lost, and we got to see what's going on with our quarterback, because now you can kind of see why this team has kind of been as successful as it has. And Chandler's done a great job of playing to a level to get us to kind of where we are. But and if it's not, then it's got to be Kalen. And Kalen, you have a lot of work to do, brother. This is your time. If Chandler's out, you got a lot of work to do, brother, and it has to happen now, because this team is good enough. There's 2 games that they lost going at the last play of the game, going towards the same direction, same corner of the end zone that they had that they didn't execute. We need to stay away from that corner of that end zone. I can tell you, man, because that's 2 losses this year behind that corner of that end zone, or that that side of the that area over there in front of the student section. But a lot to talk about on Tuesday, guys. Tough one. This was definitely a tough one to lose. Win all game. Wake Forest had 203 yards of total offense, 64 yards passing, 139 yards rushing, 5 of 17 on third down conversions. UVA 327, 327 yards, 164 passing, 163 rushing. Started to get the mojo going a little bit, but I got to give it to Wake Forest. They played one hell of a game on defense. And like I said, when they knocked our guy out, we I'm not gonna call it panic. I don't think that Kalen was truly comfortable and prepared, and it's not anybody's fault. It's just that the backups, all backup quarterbacks in particular, don't get time, and I just don't think that he was ready to jump right in to run that offense. Because remember, a lot of the elements to University of Virginia's game is up tempo. They were not running up tempo. Everything was kind of coming out of a huddle. They want to get the defense off schedule. I didn't see a lot of success kind of going off the up tempo. And like I say, Wake did a hell of a job. They beat SMU kind of the same way, ground them out, ran the ball, beat them 13-12, beat University of Virginia 16-9. Let's think about this. Let it soak in, and let's come back to it on Tuesday night. Check me out, 8:30, right here online streaming, 7 City Shop Talk Sports. Let's keep it running, guys. Remember, you're still 8-2. Still a lot to play for. Everything's still in front of you. I want to hear what the coach has to say. And let's see where we can go, guys. Always wah wah, and good night, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Bye bye.